Hi, I'm Victor with Screenly. In our last video, we explored the fundamentals of a headless CMS and explained what it means. In this video, we'll explore this topic further and cover two fundamentally different ways to use a headless CMS, namely push versus pull. In software architecture, you often come across the concept of push versus pull. A pull method usually means that the client periodically pulls data from a source, whereas a push method relies on a server pushing down content to a client, usually over something like WebSocket or MQTT. You can think of this as a push being a push notification on your phone versus a manually refreshing your mailbox on your phone to see if you received any new emails. In the last video, what we really talked about was the push method. In our movie theater example, a piece of software that interfaces with the movie schedules would then tell the digital signage API about what content should be showing, which in turn was reflected on the screens. In this video, we will explore an alternative method, namely pull. In the context of digital signage, this would normally be that the digital signage player retrieve changes from a remote source. The most basic example of this would be dynamic website that is scheduled to play. The page would have some set of conditions that renders the content differently based on these conditions. A basic example of this would be something like a weather app, where the content is different based on the weather data. It is important to note that the goal with a pull model is that you do not need to make any changes to your scheduling of the playlist. The logic for what should be showing resides in the actual asset. Now, bringing this back to our movie theater example, we would flip the logic on its head and have the actual content interact with the timetables rather than a third-party piece of software, which would then pull down the correct posters to show. At Screenly, we have long supported both push using our API and pull using dynamic web content. However, with our new Edge apps, we're taking this to the next level. While the underlying technology for Edge apps is largely based around web, out of the box, Edge apps provide a number of features that makes writing pull-based headless CMS application easier and more secure. A simple example of this is if you want to incorporate location, namely latitude and longitude. This comes out of the box automatically with Edge apps. So if you want to build something like, say, a wayfinding application, that is very simple with Edge apps. Edge apps also allow you to securely transmit and use third-party secrets and API tokens, which you will need when you communicate with third-party systems. Now, going back to our movie theater example, we can build an Edge app that runs locally on a device, which means blazing fast rendering, that securely can communicate with a movie scheduling system and retrieve this content. Compared to a traditional web page, Edge apps are both faster and more resilient to network issues since the content is served directly on the digital signage player. You can find out a number of our sample Edge app applications on GitHub at github.com/screenly/playground. I hope this was helpful and gives you a bit more understanding on headless CMSs and the pull versus push methodologies. Thank you for watching.